Today we're going to look at the Longer Ray5 10W laser engraver and answer the question, does it work on leather? So we're going to take a peek at how this came to me in the box, a little bit about operation, and then put it to work on leather and see what the results are. This laser has a working space of 15 3/4 inch by 15 3/4 inch, so I was a little surprised by the size of the box, not realizing that it had some assembly to it. But as you see, there's a quick setup guide that comes in with the box. I was really impressed by how well everything was packaged. It was secure. There's no way this is getting damaged. Even that touch LED screen, the actual laser component, and then the frame components all really securely packaged in there, so nothing was going to break, nothing was going to fall apart and be coming out of the box in bad shape. So I was really happy to see that as I went to put it together. The actual assembly time probably only took about 30 minutes. There's a thumb drive included that made it simple to download the software that I needed onto my computer. Then open it up from the desktop. I could go right into this program. Pretty easy to use. Select files from my computer, bring those in here and make any adjustments that I needed to. As far as the actual settings and controls, there's other tutorials out there that are going to walk you through how to run the programs, which I need to go watch myself. We'll talk here in just a little bit. I'm going to show you where I would like to adjust my settings at and other uses that I could see for this. But for me, it was pretty easy to walk through. Just to get through and get this thing burning, everything was fairly self-explanatory as far as the general operation of it. Again, there's lots of the smaller settings that I'm going to be excited to learn more about as I go through this. Once your settings are all in place, there's a button there that connects to the laser itself, so you can see the icons at the bottom light up. Then you can choose center, corner, frame. There's some different options there, but I chose to use the center one, and that actually moves the laser head into the center of where your picture is that you're going to be burning on there. So at that point, I took my leather, get my ruler out, get that centered to where I wanted that to be in my project. Again, there's the other settings that you can do into the corner. You can choose frame, and it actually moves that laser around in a little square and shows you where the area is that it's going to cover. So it gives you confidence to know that you're going to burn on your stuff. Then you go back, simply hit a button, press play, and it starts running through all the files. As you can see, it's burning onto the leather, no problem here. One thing I forgot to show you in the video was that we adjust the height of the laser manually. There's a little jig you put in there on whatever surface it is you're lasering to let you know where to set that at. I think this is going to be a valuable tool for putting lettering into different awards projects, as well as incorporating logos for custom work as well. It allows you to get the exact logo without having to worry about cutting and beveling those lines in. And we talked about the settings earlier, and you can see here where we're getting a little bit of extra burning on there. I think I just need to play with the settings and adjust the power on that a little bit, just to clean that up some, and then it'll be a really nice finish to that, because you can see the letters are really crisp. But just that little extra burning around the edges, that's just a setting that I haven't learned to dial in yet. Another use I could see being really helpful is pattern transfer, especially on a really complicated pattern. This little simple pattern I laid down here though, just to get an idea of it. But again, going back to settings, I think the way this would work really well is if you learned how to adjust your settings and get it down to where it just barely put a burn on there, and so you could faintly see those lines. And at that point, you could go over, wet it down, go over with your swivel knife, bevel, and that line would eventually disappear, no different than when we transfer our pattern with a stylus or draw it on with a pencil. But this would get you your exact pattern, save that time of drawing that out or trying to transfer that. So it could be fun to play with for that use as well. Overall, I'm excited about the potential this has for the leather shop. I think it's going to come in really handy, specifically on awards. If you think you want to check it out as well, there's a link in the description for the product. There's also a link for an accessories package. There's a work table and things like that that you can check out as well.